Hello friends and welcome to another Modern League. Today we're returning to Hammer Time, or as I like to call this iteration, Bonkey Kong. We're running a pseudo Hammer Time list, but basically we've made one change. We're adding red for some sideboard cards, but mostly to play for Ragavan. This card has been all over Modern and Legacy. I mean, at this point, Magic players know what Ragavan is, and they know how powerful it is. So, since we're running this incredibly aggressive deck, we're also going to try running the Monkey. I've done this several times before, and it's worked out fairly well then, so we're going to give it another shot. I believe the first time I played a Hammer Time list with Ragavan, I actually 5-0'd, but the list has changed a little bit since then. I'm not playing the Mishra's Baubles right now, and instead I'm just really focusing on creatures to be able to carry the hammer and end the game with. Now, red, as far as sideboard goes, gives us access to Alpine Moon, which is pretty good against other Urza Saga decks. And then we're also playing Wear Tear. Wear Tear is a really, really strong card in the mirror match, and then also in other matchups too. Being able to get a 2-for-1 is usually pretty good in Magic. I mean, basically this hand only has Urza Saga, although it looks like we're against a control deck. Ooh, Ancient Stirrings is nice too. This hand looks great. Keep this. Oh, it's hard to know what to throw away. Like, everything's so good here. I think we actually get rid of Puresteel Paladin. We can play almost our entire hand turn one. So we go Urza Saga, Springleaf Drum, Ornithopter, Esper Sentinel. And then we start churning out constructs. Oh my god, they just throw out Fury immediately. You jerk. That's brutal. So we totally miss out on making constructs now. So awkward. Sometimes when I grab my commander, my shortcuts no longer work. Oh, is this just straight up elementals? Okay, this isn't control at all. This is elementals. I guess Hushbringer should be good. Take out the Esper Sentinels. Ragavan looks like it should probably be good early. Oh no! Another Fury. Oh, wipe your board. We're having a good time playing Magic today, friends. Why did I get out of bed? Alright, just remember. You love this game. You love this game. You love this game. Alright. Wicked. Well, they got a lot of stuff to do this turn. I've played Elementals before. I know what it's like from this point on. Elementals seems amazing once you get to 5 lands, start playing your stuff. It feels so good. So dashing Ragavan makes no sense here. We can play the Ragavan and put the hammer on it. Maybe like catch them off guard. No, because they know we have hammer. Alright, let's bring in Hushbringer. Bring in Sanctifier. And I think we'll take out the Esper Sentinels. They didn't seem to be doing anything. Do I want the paths? Not sure that I do. Zero land hand, easy mulligan. We got a land this time. We got Hushbringer, we got Ragavan. We'll just get rid of one of the Ragavans. Alright, I'm going to cast the Ragavan, that's it. I'm going to leave the Memnites in hand. Because, you know, if they have Fury here, I don't want to throw my Memnites under the bus. And if they don't have Fury, we can just put down Hushbringer next turn. Oh. Jerk. Ugh. Come on. Why? Why you gotta be like this? So we've obviously given the Elementals player way too much time here, and they're just passing back? What is in their hand? Lightning Bolt. Friggin' Hushbringer. Had it in hand the whole time. Never able to deploy it. Oh, no, not keeping this one. We have everything we need except for lands. Need white mana. This one's good. Keep this, get rid of one of the lands. Unlucky variance, yeah, it happens sometimes. It's just part of Magic. We have to accept that that's going to be part of the game. It's very difficult to do that sometimes, but if you can take something from every match, try and learn something, then I feel that makes it takes away a little bit of the sting. Yeah, if that Paladin survives, it looks pretty good. And if we draw Memnite off the top, we're looking golden. Or Ornithopter. We could also draw Ornithopter off the top. Looking good. Ooh, all the hammers all the time. How about, yep. How about a concession? Alright, so we know they're playing Tron. We know they're playing Giganta. I assume they're playing some kind of blue Tron, but we don't know for sure exactly what's going on here. We're going to bring in Alpine Moon, guaranteed. What else is good against Tron? Suppose we could bring in where? Yeah, that's right, Donut. A drum would have helped us out there too. Yeah, Needle is okay. Especially with Urza Saga. Ragavan's great in this matchup. This is like prime time for Ragavan. Esper Sentinel seems fine. So we're going to have a hard time making cuts. Got turn 1 Ragavan, we have Paladin, we have Saga. This hand looks great, we'll keep it. Trellin also keeping 7. Alright, let's show him Ragavan. Show him why we have red mana in the deck. Okay, yeah, they are playing blue-green. I like getting the extra mana from Ragavan, potentially. That could be good. Don't think there's any way to like really take advantage of this turn, so let's start with the attack. Alright, they do have the Gut Shot. I mean, makes sense, right? Gut Shot's pretty good against Hammer Time, good against Ragavan. Did kind of want that mana, though. Treasure being an extra artifact would have been super good. Blast Zone on 1. That is a problem. The Ornithopter is pretty good here. We can get some pretty serious damage in. Hola, Chuck. Happy New Year. Almost. They're going to repeal the Paladin in response. Alright, not going to be getting much damage in then. And Gut Shot for the Memnite. So what's it going to be? They play land. Their Blast Zone is going to be active. So if they do that, Yeah, I'm probably going to just start playing a little bit slower, start like focusing on make a construct here. Another wear tear. Alright, so we can Pithing Needle the Blast Zone. Oh, I should have thought of that before. Oh well, better late than never. Repeal the construct. It's a pretty good removal spell for construct. One mana, destroy your token, draw a card. Seems good. Engineered explosives on one, so that I can get rid of the Pithing Needle and the Hammer. And they have the mana for it. Let's play Puresteel. Get them to below the explosives. Oh, they're just gonna go to 2? That would be cool. No, they're gonna blow the explosives. Okay. I'm gonna play Shadowspear here to draw a card. Get another Puresteel Paladin. Unfortunately, we only have 2 artifacts on the board, so we can't do any equipping at the moment. But give it time. Urza's Tower, so they're 1 power plant away from big mana. A little bit worried about play land number 5, do nothing. Yeah, we've had some pretty interesting opponents today. I've been playing as Trellin now, and then we also played against Demonic Tutors as our first opponent. And there's Expedition Map to get the final Tron land, the power plant. Okay, now Trellin has basically infinite mana to do whatever. Super scary. I mean, Blast Zone is going to make that pretty hard. Alright, so with Pithing Needle coming down, what do we name now? What's, oh man, what do we name here? Probably Ugin? Ballista. Yeah, it's gotta be Ballista. Like, there's... The thing is, we are not facing in any stretch like a normal Tron deck in the sense of, it's not Eldrazi Tron, it's not Green Tron. I did watch Trellin play a list similar to this yesterday. Baby Karn was a pretty important part of it. Being able to search up whatever at any moment. Oh, I'm not sure. Potentially. I do remember seeing the great creator do a lot of good work when I was watching the stream yesterday. Ugin was definitely on my mind. But I figured that they're probably playing more copies of Great Creator, although, oh no, is this just Walking Ballista? Yeah, it is. No, it's Hydroid. Okay, it's Hydroid Krasis. Still terrifying. So we can play Puresteel, play Hammer, draw 2 cards. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Is that a good one? Alright, so where do we put the hammer? We could activate the Nexus, put the hammer on the Nexus. They have to block Nexus, and then we do 3, 4, 5, 6 damage, put them to 4, play Alpine Moon. We could just put the hammer on Luris, gain a ton of life, force them to block the Luris. Just put it on the Ornithopter. Yeah, that's true too. Maybe we find another hammer. Not this time. take away their huge mana advantage. We've got the board advantage. I think we're pretty well set up here. I don't think they have something that could win the game from this point, but their hand is full of cards. They got 8 cards in hand, so they could have like engineered explosives. Actually, EE on 1 is pretty terrifying. Blast Zone if they have another one. Is this another Crisis? GG's in chat. Seems good to me. Especially on the play. Okay. Play against Living End. Gonna have to move pretty quick here. Logan the Bard, hello, hello. Haha, let's get rid of that. Logan the Bard with the Prime sub. Thank you so much for the support, my friend. Appreciated. Enjoy the ferret emotes. So I think Puresteel Paladin, playing that is better if we draw Hammer, is about the same if we draw land. I think we get 1 more damage in. Waker of Waves. Alright, so we really want to draw land or some kind of hammer thing here. Land, perfect. So this is lethal. And opponent scoops him up. Alright, so we're going to bring in Soul Guide Lantern. Sanctifier on en-Vec isn't super good here, but it's like okay. How many artifacts did we have, though? I kind of thought that I needed the Sentinel to get to the 3 artifacts. I guess the treasures would have, I mean, not if we used them, though. Anyway, it worked out for us that time. I hate only having 1 Soul Guide here. Alright, they are playing a much different Living End list from what I was doing, but I'm going to take a quick peek here. It's an old list. This is the newer one that I was playing. They're going to have access to Endurance. No, sorry, what am I playing? Oh, they're going to have access to Ingot Chewer, Brazen Borrower, Foundation Breaker, and most importantly, Force of Vigor. That is a pain. Not too much we can do about it, though. Don't think that the Esper Sentinel is doing very much work for us here. Sigarda's Aid, Creature, Colossus Hammer. This hand is Gasoline. It'd be pretty hard for them to play that with Cascade Living End. Interesting point, Logan the Bard. It might be, especially since we can search it out. Alright, Hammer on top for the perfect turn 2 kill. Ah, Foundation Breaker. Blast. Pithing Needle on Street Wraith? Oh, that's wild. Ah, so risky. I suppose if they Living End here, they're not getting too much. But we would be losing a lot if I play the Puresteel Paladin before the Hammer, because I would like to draw 2 cards. They would get to Foundation Breaker, kill this. I probably should have played another land besides the Saga here. Ooh, we get to draw 2 cards. Nice. That was nice of them. We can't equip, unfortunately. We only have 2 artifacts. So we'll just attack for 2. Okay, they did have it. They just waited for us to draw 2 cards for some reason. And they're gonna start playing their creatures out at this point. Oh no, not Grief. Grief takes Sanctifier. Oh well. Get Luris here. You don't have another Grief, do you? Ugh. They always have it. You guy 800, thanks for the follow, friend. I probably should have, honestly. They would block with the grief and trade. It's not like I can trade with the grief on combat here, so... Yeah, I think dashing the Ragavan would have been the better play. Grief number 3. Good grief. Come on. I really needed another Puresteel here. Puresteel Paladin. Oh, we wouldn't have had 3 artifacts anyway. We're going to bring in the Hushbringers so the grief don't work. Usually this is more for Fury or Solitude, but works for grief too. Also, if we had the Draneth Magistrate, which is what I was playing in place of the Hushbringer, that would have also been good here. Because with Draneth Magistrate on the battlefield, you can Cascade, but you can't cast the spell out of Cascade. If that makes any sense. Alright, we got Puresteel, we got Sanctifier, we have Hammer, but we don't have double white mana. Oh, this one's hard to throw away. I think we keep this one. We got Springleaf Drum, Ornithopter, Soul Guide Lantern. What do we get rid of? Alright, so I gotta keep this. I have to keep this. I have to keep this. I have to keep this. So I think we get rid of Ragavan. Yeah, I understand wanting to turn 1 Lantern, but they don't have anything in the graveyard yet, and I'd like to smash them for 10 damage on turn 2. Like, this is too much of a clock for them to potentially answer. Yep, yep, very possible. And if that happens, then I get to play Soul Guide Lantern. Yeah, it is what they have. They're going for the hammer instead of the Ornithopter here. So that means if we draw land, I win. Because they didn't go after the creature. It needs to be a source that produces white mana, though. So I need like a Plains, Inspiring Vantage, something like that. Not it. So I guess we play Soul Guide Lantern and then Steelshapers with the Springleaf Drum. Get hammer. Alright, pass back. Pretty lucky to find it. That was a one of in the deck. I mean, find it. We mulled to it, but still lucky. Another Foundation Breaker on Sigarda's Aid, maybe? Opponent thinking hard about this turn, which makes a lot of sense because they know that they could be dead on my turn. This is my favorite Ornithopter art, by the way. I know nobody was asking, but that's just, them's the facts. Very macabre. Yep. Nice play. Good line, opponent. This is a cool card. Nice to see that some people are still playing it. I mean, we could, but what real value do we get out of it? Activate Inkmoth, throw hammer on it, block something. Doesn't seem very good. The hammer falls off the Inkmoth. I would rather try to play to sneaking in with the Inkmoth attack, if we can draw a land here. Ouch. Killer's a Saga here. Yeah, that sucks. And they leave the Macabre back, so I can't get any sneaky attacks in. Stupid flyer. Fairy Macabre ruined everything. Right? Let's start a petition. Ban Fairy Macabre. Alright, so we block one thing with Nexus and hope we draw land here and win the game. Yeah, I think so. I think it's the win the game play rather than the try and hold on for a turn or two. We can block the fairy, put the Shadowspear on the Nexus, and they trade. I gain a little bit of life. Oh, yeah. So that's, hold on, I should have blocked the Street Wraith. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I gain... I needed to block the Street Wraith. I was being stupid. Yeah, I play the hammer and the spear, and then I hope I draw hammer. Fortunately, we have Springleaf Drum, because this is the newly summoned artifact, which can't produce mana. Alright, need a hammer on top. What? I don't get it. I don't understand. Opponent maybe thinks that the equipment stay on the creature? I would like to see what's on top, but we take those. So this was actually a land, so my original play of block, if I had blocked the Street Wraith, we would have won. But because I blocked the Fairy Macabre that way, I think opponent probably would have won this game. Let's see, one more card off the top. Stoneforge is actually interesting. That would have got us a hammer. I don't know. In any event, we got there because opponent conceded for some reason. Alright, so this hand here, we're missing some way to equip a creature with a hammer. I find the equippers to be the most important thing, so I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to mulligan this. Well, we cannot keep this one. The other one, you know, like, had some potential. This one has 0 potential. Mulligan, mulligan. Screw flood, mulligan 2. Yeah, we can draw a card with Sunbaked Canyon, but the hand is terrible. We have a hammer, sure, but we have no creatures and no equippers. Yeah, just a bit of bad luck. Keep this one. Alright, let's think about how we're going to do this. Could keep double white land, Puresteel, Steelshaper's Gift. Could keep Sacred Foundry and Ragavan. Because we, like, turn 1 Ragavan could potentially pull us into this game. Keeping the Urza Saga here would have been fine, I think. Basic Swamp. Don't do it! No! So screwed. Oh. I did not expect that. Okay. So apparently we're playing against Mill. And they're surgicaling the hammer. Crap. Alright, so it looks like Cranial Plating is still in the deck, but this is a terrible, terrible matchup. One of the worst. And where I'm playing fetch lands, it actually makes it even worse than it normally would be, because we fetch into their traps. Yeah, Tasha's Hideous Laughter. How many cards do you think this is going to... how many cards do you think we're going to mill here? I'm going to say we got 38 cards left. I'm going to say 28. $34. Got 4 cards left in deck. Alright, so we just gotta hope they have nothing for the rest of the game. Oh, my shortcuts aren't working because I grabbed my companion. No, Hammer's exiled. Oh, Rune Crab Pass. MtG Strategist, thanks for the follow, friend. There's Cranial Plating. No, that's it. What do we even have against them? I guess we can like bring in Prismatic Ending to kill their crabs. Let's see what I had in my mill deck. Engineered explosives. So EE is kind of scary. I mean, realistically though, it's Hideous Laughter that's going to kill us. And Surgical's pretty bad as well. Ooh, Chuck, Alpine Moon for Field of Ruin. That's interesting tech. I like that. We're missing the hammer, but I think we keep this. If they play crab, we can end it immediately. Oh, they just have Fatal Push again as their first play? Take that, Ragavan. Alright, so it looks like they kept that hand on the basis of Fatal Push. Another Fatal Push for the Puresteel here. Oh, they found their island. So they have blue mana, but only a single blue, so they can't Tasha's without 2 blue. They could crab here, but we have the ending for the crab. And if we draw hammer, we're looking okay. If I draw Stoneforge Mystic, I'm going to want to tap the plains, play the Stoneforge Mystic, and then Springleaf Drum, tap the Mystic to play the hammer, so they don't have an opportunity to trap and then surgical the hammer. Alright, opponent's taking their time for this play, which makes a lot of sense. Also, they're not playing Lurrus. Did they ever reveal Lurrus to us? Figured Mill was like generally played Lurrus 100%. Esper Sentinel. So we can play Esper Sentinel, or we can put Lurrus to hand. Should have played the Sentinel already. Should have played that pre-combat. Ooh, they're going to Echoing Truth the Puresteel Paladin. Sure. I like that I got the damage in with it. Oh, and then they extirpate. Oh, good one. Good one. Yep. Oh, there's a crab. Target for Prismatic Ending. What do we get? What do we get? Inkmoth Nexus. Not bad. Oh, they're going to extirpate the Ragavan now. Okay. One, two, three. Yeah, I think I could put Lurrus to hand here. Another crab. Oh, and they got a fetch land to go with it. They only have one card left in hand. Hoping it's not Surgical as their final card, but we didn't reveal Hammer. Alright, so they're making us search here. So we're also going to crack the fetch land at this moment. Wonder what they're thinking about now. Hanging on the second main here. Ah, here we go. I would like to crack my fetch. Get my Sacred Foundry. Nice, another Prismatic Ending. And I guess they have Surgical in hand. Or another Extirpate. Prismatic Endings coming in handy here. These crabs can do a lot of work, but they haven't had much opportunity. Fortunately, opponent kept a clumsy hand. They put a lot of priority on these Fatal Push. Alright, attack for 2, and that's all I can do. They have Surgical. What are they targeting? Targeting the Shadowspear, and then they leave it there. Just to make me draw 2 cards. And then they'll Hideous Laughter here off the top and mill the last 30 cards. Hammer. And they're out of cards. That should be G. Let's play Sigarda's Aid from the graveyard. Play Colossus Hammer. Okay. So I'm wondering about that Alpine Moon tech. Might be worthwhile. Yeah, yeah, it's unfortunate. But Alpine Moon only affects an opponent's lands. So yeah, even if I said Arid Mesa, it wouldn't do anything for us. Mulligan. No lands. And opponent is starting at 7. That's terrifying. Oh, we got double fetch? Ugh. Yeah, exactly. Mulligan Tech. Now they have an extra card. It's like starting with 21 life. Wouldn't you want to start at 21 life? I'm going to get them scared of Hammer, and then I'll dash the Ragavan next turn. Oh, they just got... 2 of my hammers already... 3 of my hammers are already in the graveyard? And then they just surgical my hammer immediately? Yeah, okay. I guess we're not playing Sigarda's Aid then. Yeah, too bad Lurrus can't play cards out of exile. Cranial Plating time. Time for Ragavan to shine. Don't like the look of this. Looks like drowned. Gonna put the spear on the Ornithopter here. Trying to get that extra point of damage in. And they have the Fatal Push for the Ragavan. Looks like we're going to be dashing this one. Any more traps? No, if they had trap, they would have played it. Oh, I sure hope I have another land to search up. Good. Dash. Another Fatal Push? Oh my god. I did see 4 planes, but did I actually see 4 planes, or did I just grab one and not pay attention? Here comes Laughter. Don't pay. Make me draw the extra card here. It's like an extra mill. Because, like, Tasha's is hit over 30, so let me draw the card, and then... Okay, they're gonna stop me from drawing the card. fair. How many cards is this going to hit? Only 23 this time, leaving me 10 cards. How generous. I'll check for that in a minute. Yep, Cranial Plating's exiled. And there's another Hideous Laughter. GG's. So this is one of the more difficult matchups for Hammer Time. Having access to Fatal Push and Tasha's Hideous Laughter, it's tough. Alright, so we got Sigarda's Aid, we got Hammer. This looks like a great hand. Could be a little bit better, but like it's very keepable. I think we actually play Springleaf Drum first, and then turn to Stoneforge Sigarda's Aid. Don't take my hammer, you monkey. Scary. Terrifying. They can just take the Stoneforge Mystic here. Leaves my hand with very little power. Can't even play the Puresteel yet. It's alright, we'll draw a Stoneforge off the top. Esper Sentinel is a magic card. Not the one I might have chosen, but it'll do. We have to tap it to play the Sigarda's Aid, which means they get in with Ragavan again. Might as well. Oh, now they take my Ornithopter? Stop! I mean, they might as well play it, it's free. Oh, is this a Turok? Dothy Voidwalker. Still not great. Hey there, Doxy. Not too well today. Been have a pretty tough time of it. I mean, it makes sense that everyone's going to be prepared for Hammer Time. It's currently one of the most popular decks. Alright, we're in trouble. Gonna need to find a hammer on top right now to even have a chance. No chance. I guess we could play Inkmoth, and then we can block here, take 3. Yeah, I probably should have made the attack. I was thinking I wanted to hold it back as a blocker, but I should have attacked, gained the 3. Esper Sentinel blocks Ragavan fine. Bring in Sanctifier, bring in Prismatic Ending. How do I feel about Ragavans in this matchup? I really like the Esper Sentinels. Big problem are going to be the Culligan's commands. Well, we got a pair of Esper Sentinels. I think we keep this one. Even though we don't have a way to equip a hammer yet, like, mulliganing against a Thoughtseize deck is not a great idea, and, you know, 2 Esper Sentinels seems pretty good. In fact, I think next turn, depending on what happens here, I'll probably just play Esper Sentinel Shadowspear. Sweet. Definitely block. I like starting to make some constructs here. Just try to like gain little bits of advantage wherever we can. We can grind, so let's try and do that. Shit. Alpine Moon for Urza's Saga. Worst case, my friends. Well, that's pretty good. So I think we play Inkmoth, Stoneforge, go get Hammer. Could play Puresteel. I don't think that's the right play. That Alpine Moon was such a clean answer to the Urza Saga before I could make the constructs. I mean, like, I'm playing it in my own sideboard too for basically the same reason, so makes sense. Well, the Esper Sentinel tax has ended. No more tax. I like the Springleaf Drum here. So we could play the Hammer and then the Puresteel. We don't get to draw a card, but that means that we get to equip to the Stoneforge Mystic. Oh no, because of our mana, we can't do that. And attack. Okay, that's unfortunate. Chuck! Chuck with the gifted sub, thank you so much for the support. Cheers. Alright, well, Slayer, enjoy the emotes. And yeah, for some reason, I'm not getting my my alerts, which is weird. Or rather, I'm not getting the alert for like the gift sub. I'm pretty sure I got the alerts for the follows. Cute. Alright, so what am I going to do here? I can play the Hammer first, but then I don't get to attack with Stoneforge Mystic. But if I play the Puresteel Paladin first, I'm pretty sure it's going to die before I can equip anything. Alright, so if this equips to the Stoneforge, then I can try to equip it to the Puresteel. And if that doesn't work, then I can, I guess I can put the Shadowspear onto the Mystic first and then try to move the hammer over to the Paladin. Alright, so they're going to kill something. And this is why I wanted to do it in this order. Okay. So now we have a large threat that's going to be difficult for them to deal with. And we can potentially put a Shadowspear onto it next turn. Unfortunately, we didn't quite have the Metalcraft to be able to attack with this turn, which would have been great, but I had to play the Springleaf Drum in order to get Metalcraft together. No K command, no K command, come on. They totally have K command, don't they? Engineered explosives for 1 instead, which gets rid of a ton of stuff. And a Pyrite Spellbomb to finish it off. You're done. Yeah, yep, that's true. Does get rid of Alpine Moon. If we get another Urza Saga, we can play it. Alright, so they have Activate Pyrite Spellbomb up, so if we play the Lurrus, it dies. We're just drawing hammers for days. We don't have anything in the graveyard that we can get any value out of Lurrus with. This is an embarrassing position. And then they're going to be able to get Lurrus and replay Pyrite Spellbomb next turn. No, this says non-land. Oh no, it says permanent value with mana, permanent spell. Okay, so it says 1 permanent spell, and a land is not a spell. Okay, we figured it out. So yeah, if we play the Lurrus, the Spellbomb kills it. If we don't play the Lurrus, then they just get to replay something from their graveyard anyway. Alright, I think we're going to be ending this league 2-3, friends. I just don't see any way through this. By the way, friends, my only 5-0 in Modern this season was with the deck the opponent is playing. Rakdos Rock. I wonder why Chuck isn't showing up on the gifted subs here. That's really weird. Alright, here we go. Let's get the good stuff, huh? How about an Ornithopter? Does that do it? Is that good enough? Sigarda's 8 off the top would have been pretty decent. Been able to kill their Lurrus. Spellbomb wouldn't have been able to do anything. Yeah, Sigarda's 8 off the top, I think, would have won us the game. Depending on how they play this out, I might still actually be able to pull something off with a Sigarda's Aid on top. Ah, well, that's a pretty good one then. Okay. That, I think that basically ends the game. Hmm. Colligan's Command, there it is, and they still have all these resources. Dashed Ragavan. Oh yeah, I guess neither of us saw that, Mr. Krabs. Or, you know, they probably actually just want to keep that mana for other things. To make sure they don't die, because they're in a really commanding position right now. So holding up engineered explosives just to make sure I don't hit Sigarda's Aid. I don't want to lose my Inkmoth Nexus to a removal spell here. I'm not going to attack. I need that Nexus to potentially win. Okay, yep. Pyrite Spellbomb was a good one the first time. How about the second time? Yeah, I think so, Mr. Krabs. I'm going to take one more draw step. It's felt like garbage time for a while, to be honest. No, Pithing's in the side. Should have brought in Wear Tear. Oh, is Stream Decker not doing its job there, Chuck? I guess it left. Alright. Well, that was a bit of a frustrating league, but that's Magic sometimes, friends. Sometimes you're going to run hot and sometimes not. Today was definitely a case of not. That being said, I mean, I love the Hammer Time deck, but Yeah, the Ragavan has definitely been like hit or miss, and it seems like right now everybody is just really prepared for Ragavan, and they're prepared for Hammer Time. So yeah, I think that my gut feeling is that Ragavan is not doing me any favors right now. That might change some point in the future, depending on how the format shifts. But just the way that both Hammer Time and Ragavan have a target on their back feels like everybody is ready for what I'm doing. So, yeah, I think this is going to be the last Bonkey Kong stream for a little while. I do intend to still continue playing Hammer Time occasionally, but yeah, I just feel like it's not the right time for Ragavan in this list. Having the fetch lands really hurt us against Mill. Having few basics can really hurt us against Blood Moon. And it seems like everyone has either an early blocker or an early removal spell to take care of the monkey. So I'll have to adjust the list. I'll just like replace this with Mishra's Bauble and give that a shot another time. I'll have to like retweak the sideboard and everything. It'll take me a while to figure out how I want to play Hammer Time again. Yeah, exactly. Everyone is prepared for Ragavan, and Hammer Time is the most popular deck, so we are going to have to fight through quite a bit of hate. That is something that Hammer Time can do. It's both very quick and very grindy, but you know, if we're not given a moment to swing in, then you know we're not going to be able to do our thing. Yeah, a lot of people have been saying that. I disagree with that. I don't like the card Magnetic Theft. But you know, like that's my personal opinion. I've always felt like the floor is incredibly low for that card.